What is going on, fellas? I think we got through the technical difficulties, which is fantastic. So now we can rant. We can talk about how poor this Eagles game really was. We can rant for hours. I'm gonna sit here for days, and just cry about this football game. I mean, it was that bad to me. It's unacceptable. The more and more I see it, Doug Peterson's play calling down the stretch in the fourth quarter was just on a whole nother level of unacceptable. And I solely ripped on Jim Schwartz and his defense because I thought that was a major issue. But so is not running the ball. Over and over and over and over again, Doug Peterson threw the football. And I know we don't have the powerhouse backs, and I get it. Smallwood and Clement. It's not a Jay Ajayi or a Le'Veon Bell or a top running back in this league, but you got to run the ball. You need to run the football. It's not going to work. You got to execute it differently. We switched up everything. Everything that we were doing for the first three quarters got switched up, and I just can't stand it. And that's why I'm opening up the phone lines tonight. That's why I'm sitting here, and I'm accepting phone calls, because I want you to call in and rant. I need to hear your thoughts on it. Maybe you can settle me down. I don't know. I'm just spitballing. Maybe you can settle me down, because I need it. I absolutely 100% need it. I'm not going to be able to go to sleep tonight. I swear to God, I'm not going to be able to sleep. To blow a lead to this extent is literally, actually unthinkable. It's unthinkable on how bad it was. Exactly, you're right. We played to not lose that fourth quarter. And it's a disgrace. And I'm devastated with Jim Schwartz and Doug Peterson. And I wish I gave a little bit more to Doug P. And I will throughout the week. Because the play calling in the fourth quarter was a joke. Run the damn football, Doug. Yeah, I mean, that tells me he doesn't believe. He doesn't believe in his backs. Don't tell me he believes more in Carson Wentz. We had a game plan and executed to perfection for the first three quarters. We executed it tremendously through the first three quarters. I don't know what happened. But I need you to call in so you can so you can help me out, because this is insane. The phone number is 856-442-9805. I am beyond disgusted. And we're going to take a look at this game. We're going to take a look from the beginning with Eric Reed and Malcolm Jenkins all the way to the end where Greg Olsen scores that touchdown and we blow it. I will be talking about it all. We had technical difficulties through the first 15 minutes or so, but we're back. We're taking calls, and we got to get some calls in here, because it's just without a doubt the most disturbing thing I've ever watched in my lifetime. I don't see us getting out of this. I don't see us getting out of this funk, because it keeps happening and happening and happening. Doug Peterson gets talked to the media. He said, we gave our players the position to make plays. Sometimes they need to make plays. He's also talking in the locker room saying, what was the quote that he said? Just go out there and play. Anything can happen. People don't believe in us anymore. We're not the hunted anymore. Okay. All right. I'm so disappointed from the coaching staff to the players. Jim Schwartz, Doug P. I know they're the coaching staff, but it just falls on everyone. It falls on everyone. Carson Wentz late. It's a sin. It's a sin what happened. He had Wendell Smallwood wide open. Check it down, first down, live another day. But he's thinking Alshon and Zach Ertz. And what bothers me is you know that. You know that. You know they're going that way. Zach Ertz and Alshon tore them up all game long. You don't think that defense is going to try and stop them there in the red zone? Oh, God. So let's look at this. And I know I did it briefly this afternoon, but let's look at this as a whole. Because the first possession for the Eagles, it was a little bit ugly. Carson Wentz, he mishandles the football. We go 3 and out. He fumbled it when he was trying to move it to his throwing hand, and it was just bad. There's no doubt about it. Then we have this second possession, where great drive. We nail a couple 4th and 5, a 4th and 1. We were getting some momentum going, and it was an amazing drive. It was 15 plays and 8 minutes long. It was so successful, except for the point that we end up missing a 36-yard field goal by Jake Elliott. So after an outstanding drive by this football team, we come up with 0 points. And one thing I failed to mention, just because I was so damn heated about this defense and how they gave up, was the fact that 17 points is not going to win you football games. You look at it, 17 points. For as good as we were, what's 17 points? It's not winning football on both sides. I was just so heated in the moment. I had to just scream my head off about the way that defense performed. And don't get me wrong, I still think 17-0, no matter how bad 17 points is, you're up 17-0 in the fourth quarter. There is no way you should lose that football game. There's just no way. No way. Unacceptable. So, our first drives defensively, great. Amazing. Michael Bennett with the sack. Malcolm Jenkins ends up breaking up a really nice pass intended for Torrey Smith. So, that was really nice to see. Like I said, the defense was great. The defense was great all night until we changed up what we were doing. Third offensive drive, Ertz got hit a few times. We'll take this call real quick. Yeah, what's going on?
Hey.
How are you?
Good.
What did you think about the game?
It was trash.
It was so bad. It was absolutely so bad.
Yeah.
What was the worst part for you?
Fourth quarter.
Do you think this is on Jim Schwartz?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I mean, yeah, go ahead.
And Doug play calls.
Yeah, Doug Peterson's play calling was really pathetic. I don't know what we're going to do in this situation we're in, but it's going to be hard to get ourselves out of it.
Yeah. What was I going to say? Oh, I thought Carson was pretty good.
No, I honestly I thought Carson was good. I just think late in the fourth quarter when we were after that Alshon throw, we were in the red zone we're close to the red zone opportunity, and he had Wendell Smallwood wide open to the left side, but he tried to force it to Alshon Jeffrey, and I think that was his downfall of the night. It's a shame because he had 3 great quarters, but that one play is going to stick in my mind.
Yeah.
Do you think we'll be able to bounce back on this?
Oh yeah, against Jacksonville.
Yeah, you think we'll be 4-4 heading into the bye week?
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. It's not like we're gonna definitely lose. Thank you so much for the call, by the way. It's not like we're gonna, absolutely lose this game or whatever the case may be, but it's on a whole nother point of devastating. Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah, that was my fault.
I think with Jacksonville, it's a winnable game, but regardless, I just don't think this team has it to begin with at this point.
No. Yeah, especially Leonard, who's out. They can't play with him.
So if the Eagles are 4-4 after 8 games heading into the bye week, you think the playoffs are possible? You still believe in this football team that they can do something this year?
I'm like not. It's okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm just on a whole nother level of devastation because this isn't a Super Bowl hangover. This is a mental breakdown, and it's different. It's not a Super Bowl hangover. They're just not ready to play. This is like a legitimate mental breakdown in games, and it starts with our head coach and our defensive coordinator all the way down to our players.
Yeah, like the secondary needs work.
Big time. Although honestly,
yeah.
Like the first 3 quarters today, I didn't even think were bad. It wasn't. It was actually It reminded me of last year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean, the line is. Huh?
No. What were you gonna say?
I mean, the line, the defensive line is good.
Yeah, they played great until literally the fourth quarter. The entire team stopped. The entire team stopped everything they were doing.
Yeah, they were playing safe.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for the call, man. I really appreciate it.
Yep.
Have a good
Thank
one.
you.
Have a good one. All right, fellas, there you go. There's one take, man. All right, cool. I'm glad you guys can hear. I fixed what the problem was. So, hey, man, call in because we got to dissect this game. We got to talk about it. We got to rant about it. It's beyond disturbing to me. So, we'll head back to where I was on this game because as I take callers, I'm going to dissect how this happened because at this point, we're here and on our third offensive drive. It's okay. Hey, we'll keep the calls coming. Yeah, what's going on, man?
Yo, what's up, Brodes?
What's happening?
Oh, man. First off, the Eagles lost. That just kills me. And it's just been a rough day all around for me, at least.
Yeah, no, man. It was not a great day for anyone who is an Eagles fan. That was beyond devastating. And I just don't see it being fixed because we're now 7 weeks in. We're heading into week 8. Okay, and
Exactly.
we look at, if we won this game, this was the opportunity. This was the chance to get a streak going because we beat the Giants, then we would have beat the Panthers, then we have a chance to beat Jacksonville, go into the bye week, and this was the chance for the run. And right now, after what we just saw today, I think that was potentially the loss that really screwed this season up for us.
Yeah, I definitely hear you. The thing is, we played to not lose. We didn't play to win. We played way too conservative. Like, the offense, they decided, like, when it was 17-0, they're like, oh, yeah, we got this. It's over. And they basically just played really conservative. And then I honestly do not know what the defense was playing. I guess they were playing to, like, not injure any one of our players. I don't know what to say.
Now, listen, I think what they did was... What they did was offensively, they threw the football way too many times. The running to throwing in the fourth quarter was 16-1. 16-1.
Yeah.
I mean, that is unacceptable by Doug Peterson. You got to keep the clock moving. You got to manage the clock. So that is number one for me. When it came to Jim Schwartz and what he did defensively, the issue to me was he just backed off and allowed them to make catches. We were not letting them beat us. So we would let them catch it underneath and go try and tackle them. But what we just allowed them to do was gain yards, gain yards, gain yards, and gain yards until they got it in the end zone consistently. And it was just a really bad game plan for the fourth quarter. It was two opposite teams, and it's just bad. It's just heartbreaking in my opinion. So, all right, man. Thank you so much for the call, dude. I really appreciate the support.
All right, no problem, bro.
Have a good one. All right, fellas. Yeah, we got it fixed, man. Carson's final drive, it wasn't the greatest. I mean, that's as simple as that. Everyone was fantastic. Everyone was absolutely fantastic for 3 quarters. The fourth quarter came along, and I think everyone was bad. Everyone. Head coach, defensive coordinator. Can we blame the offensive coordinator at all? Can we go Mike Groh? I feel like we haven't attacked anything around him. Who was he? What has he done? Nah, it's not my cell number, by the way. This is just mind-blowing. Absolutely mind-blowing on how this all played out. And please call in. And the phone number is 856-442-9805. You can call in and rant away. Or try and calm me down. Try and tell me this is going to be okay. But I just don't see it being okay. The play calling by Doug was so absurd, and I wish I mentioned it in my video. I was just too upset about everything. Yeah, what's going on?
It's Philly Sports Reports from YouTube again.
Hey, man, what's happening?
Nothing.
How do you think we fix this problem?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No. Jim Schwartz has to make better calls. That's my thing.
Yeah, no, I'm right. Jim Schwartz needs to play more aggressive. You're absolutely right. And I don't know how we're going to... I think Jim Schwartz might be losing... I think this loss might have lost the locker room a little bit. Seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's bad. It's bad mentally for everyone in the locker room at this point with Doug Peterson saying the pressure's off. Well, what does that mean? The pressure's off? Hell no, it should be more pressure.
The pressure's still on.
It should be worse. It should be
quadrupled.
Now,
since we're below 500 now. Now the pressure's even more on.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for the call, man. 3-4 after 7. People had us at 6-1 before the season. So make sure you guys call in 856-442-9805. But yeah, this is beyond crushing my heart away. 3 phenomenal quarters. And a collapse. The biggest collapse I've ever seen. At one point, Carson Wentz had 15 consecutive passes that were caught. He was even recovering fumbles out of nowhere. Beautiful drives. Long drives. Killing clock. 17 plays. 9+ minute drives. Going 97 yards. 15 play drives. Going 8 minutes. What happened then? The play calling changed. We looked at it differently. It's just killing me inside. Yo, what's happening?
Yo, what's good? Can you hear me?
Yeah, man.
All right, nice. Well, I'm here to calm you down.
Okay. Oh, calm me down. I like that. Calm me down a little bit.
All right, things could always be worse.
Okay.
You could be a Lions fan.
I get that, but it's at the end of the day, it's still bad. And in reality, the what are the Lions? 3-3? Or the Eagles are 3-4.
Well, I think.
Yeah. What's up?
I mean, losing Carson Wentz for the first 3 games didn't help.
Yeah, you're right. He's getting into a mojo a little bit. I think he looked fantastic the first 3 quarters, like actually unbelievably fantastic. And I think he made one bad decision that sadly we're going to be talking about for quite some time. But yeah, I mean, we clicked for 3 quarters. It was 1 quarter of collapsing. But how do we fix it? That's the issue, right? How does this get fixed? What do we do to make this better? We don't have anything. There's no free agent. There's no trade that we can make. Of course, everyone's yelling for a running back, but does that fix our problem of giving up a 17-0 lead in the 4th?
No, I just feel like Jim Schwartz is the defensive coordinator, right?
Yeah, correct.
I feel like this one's on him.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, it's on both.
They were playing way too conservative.
Yeah, absolutely. It was on Jim Schwartz and Doug Peterson with the 16 passing plays to 1 running play in the 4th quarter. When you got to kill clock, that is the last thing you try and do. But, all right, man. Thank you so much for the call, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Have a good one. Yeah, trying to calm me down, saying there's nothing like being a Lions fan. I get it, but this is... Yeah. Yo, what's happening?
Hi. Oh, my God.
How are you feeling on this fine
Oh, I am pissed. I am very upset. I literally took out most of my anger on Instagram, but I still am very depressed in a way, or very, very, very upset because I don't see how 17-0.
Yeah.
Oh, how did that happen?
Dude, you sound like me about 4 hours ago. It's astonishing. It's hard to do. It's hard. What we just did is so hard to do. Give up a 17-0 lead in the 4th quarter. Cam Newton's stat line was absurd.
It's not even that, because literally the first 3 quarters of the game, you know what we were doing? We were playing good. Defense and offense was clicking, and then all of a sudden, Doug Peterson, Jim Schwartz, the two most stubborn coaching staff in the NFL, decides to just shut it down. Oh, we're up 17-0, like 17 teams can't come back from that. Like, I don't know what his philosophy, I don't know why he thinks his philosophy works.
Listen,
I
love it.
Why.
I'm laughing because you're me. I'm laughing because I feel your pain. You're not wrong.
Because you're going into week 8, and you're about to go all the way up across the pond, and you suck.
Dude, it's
like,
it's
how
bad.
does that happen?
Listen, and people keep commenting Super Bowl hangover, but it's not even, man. This is a mental breakdown. It's not a Super Bowl hangover to the point where we're not playing to the level. Like, our first 3 quarters is Super Bowl talent level. That 4th quarter was a mental breakdown, not a Super Bowl hangover. That was far
It's
worse.
not a Super Bowl hangover. I am tired. I literally just posted a video on my YouTube channel saying that everyone's saying that, oh, this is a Super Bowl. No, it's the coaching. It's the coaching. Everyone is sitting here saying, fire Jim Schwartz. No, don't fire Jim Schwartz. Make a better scheme. Don't sit here and go with the same crap that you've been going for the last 7 weeks and think it's still going to work. What's that called? That's insanity. You think you're going to keep doing the same thing over and over again and think that it's going to work. Oh, go back 15 yards. Oh, you're just going to sit. What are you doing? I swear.
I love it.
To God. I can't. Man, and for an Eagles fan, for all Eagles fans, you know what you have. You practically had the same roster from last year. You have a couple of pieces that left yet, but you still have the same roster from last year, and you still look like a junior varsity team. Like, what are you doing? You were playing very good for 3 quarters. For 3 quarters. And you look like I would say you look like the Super Bowl team again, but you look really good, really aggressive, and then you just press the brakes. Hey, we're up 17-14. Oh, we're just going to let go. Like that's 3-4 points. You think they can't get a field goal nor a touchdown to beat you? Like, what are you doing? I swear, man, Jim Schwartz and Doug Peterson need to get their crap together, because if I see one more game, I'm going to flip my lid. It is going to be the end of the world for me if I see this in the Jacksonville game. You're across the pond. We have hardly played there. Jacksonville does.
I just had to stop him. That was amazing. I hated to do that. I hated to end that rant. That was a phenomenal 4-minute rant. Please call in at 856-442-9805. That was outstanding. Could potentially be caller of the week, may I add? Yeah, what's happening?
Well, see, I'm a Panthers fan, all right?
Okay.
So,
no, man, that's cool. I'm cool with it. What's up?
okay, so I was working, so, I kind of came home and taped it and watched it, so I'm, like, fresh.
Yeah, man.
And, you guys were, like, driving down, like, every time at least, like, 5-6 minutes, and once it got to the fourth quarter, you guys just, like, you stopped it, you played conservative, like every team does when they get these big leads, and every time, like, it never goes right.
Yeah,
every time.
No, absolutely. Listen, you got to give credit where credit's due, right? You're down 17-0. Your team came out and said, we're not giving up, and they fought, and they came back and won the game. It's just, I can't believe it. It's devastating as an Eagles fan, as you can only imagine, and it's unacceptable, right? I clearly, us fans are criticizing our team and coaching staff more than giving praise to the other team, because that's what you do, right? I mean, you look at your squad. But listen, credit to where credit's due. That was a good comeback for them, and it's just crazy how after 3 quarters of domination, it goes to just the ugliest thing we've probably ever seen here in Philly in quite some time.
Yeah, after the third quarter, when you guys scored the second touchdown, make it 17-0, I went up to my room and like looked at the score. I'm like, and I saw
Just
the Panthers
see.
won.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you if you
looked.
knew if you knew the score before watching it, because I can't know the score and then watch a DVR game. So if you didn't know what was going on, that is kind of funny though. You're like, oh hell yeah, I gotta go watch this, huh?
Yeah, so I watched it until 17-0, and then I'm like, God, I can't take this anymore. And I looked at my phone, and I'm like, oh God, they actually won. So I had to go back downstairs. Didn't tell the rest of my family that what happened. And I guess it worked out. Like it was scary even knowing that they won and watching that fourth down play.
Yeah,
where
because you
Cam
didn't
Newton
know if
somehow
that was
got that ball to Torrey
right?
Smith.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that was the worst one for me. So I was watching with my girlfriend in the living room. I probably punched at my TV 15 times to the point where she had to go upstairs in her room because she was concerned for what I was going to be like. I was so mad. At that play. It hurts. But
yeah, that was like me last week against the Redskins. That was just terrible. Oh my God.
Yeah, you guys fell just short. But hey, man, I appreciate calling in from the other side and being respectful. So thank you so much for calling in.
All right.
Have a good one. All right, there we go. We got a Panthers fan on the call. Whew. Yeah. Hey, listen, it's not like Jason Peters had the best day. He had a couple penalties, but in general, the line, it wasn't bad. I wouldn't say it was bad. EDP snapped. Yeah, I'm sure he did. I just, anyone who puts the blame on Wentz needs to look in the mirror. No, excuse me. I'm not putting the blame on Wentz, but let's be real. He missed Wendell Smallwood for a first down because he tried to force a pass into double coverage with Alshon Jeffrey and in the end zone, right? He missed Wendell Smallwood because he wanted to make the play. I love this team to death. They're killing me inside without a doubt. I love them, but they just don't have it. They don't have what it is right now, and it doesn't seem like they're going to find it because this was that bad. This was that brutal of a game. They just don't have it. Call in at 856-442-9805. Please help me. Help me help you. Because this is just crazy. It's true, though. The domination that we had for 3 quarters was 2017 Eagles. And to sit here and see it fall like that, I don't know what the next step is. That's my concern. What is next? Yeah, I did see that. The Redskins beat the Cowboys. What is next for this football team? Is Doug Peterson losing some of the guys? I wouldn't say like he's not a player's coach and all that. I'm not saying it to that extent. I'm saying losing maybe they don't believe in some of what he calls. How many passing plays are we going to call? Is the running back that much of an issue? Or was he just not running the football? Could he have ran Wendell Smallwood late in that football game and be okay? Why not? Why not? I think it starts from the bottom. I'm sorry, it starts from the top and goes all the way through the bottom. Doug P., Jim Schwartz, and Mike Groh gets unnoticed. But I get it. Because, listen, this team offensively looked okay for 3 quarters, even though we only put up 17 points. They looked fine. We have so many holes. So many holes talking about running backs in the draft, the chat says. Is that our issue with the first round? Do we need a running back? Do we need a wide receiver? Are we going to have to rebuild this line? What's the cornerback play? We have so much safety. There's so much, man. There's so much. And then this is just devastating. I mean, I'll say it for the next however long I'm live. This is as worse as it gets. Seriously. And with this Jacksonville game, imagine 3-5. Imagine 3-5. Yeah, what's happening?
Yo, Brodes, it's me again. I just wanted to add a couple more points.
Okay.
So that loss that I saw today, it honestly was a miniature version of the 28-3 Super Bowl blown lead.
Yeah,
it was not
right.
against the Patriots, but they're an NFL team for a reason. They're not just some chumps that you picked up down the street. They are all grown men, freakishly athletic, and will do anything to win. They're all getting paid millions.
Right. No, I'm with you. I get it. I mean, this is...
You can't treat them like, they're not really anything. We're dominating them. Let's just, No, you got to treat them the same way that you were treating them in the first 3 quarters, or like these things are going to happen.
I'm just in disbelief. It's like this is a bad dream. This has to be one of the worst losses, and it's wild. It doesn't make sense. That's the issue. It doesn't make sense. Why did this happen? Why did this happen? How did this happen?
Exactly.
How? Our roster is too damn good. Too good.
It is.
And I know that, listen, I get it. Now that Carson has a few weeks. In the beginning of the season, we were so banged up. I mean, it was bad. We were insanely beat up. Carson Wentz wasn't in. So in the beginning, I get it. But at this point of the season, this isn't okay anymore. That's not an excuse. It just has to be better. From our coaching staff to our players.
I totally agree. And one other thing is, I'm looking at the schedule right now, and now I'm kind of predicting that we're probably going to lose at least 2 more games, the one at the Saints and the one at the Rams.
Okay.
So if we won every game and lose those only 2 games, that would put us at 10-6, which would be a potentially winning the division, since our division kind of sucks, or a wild card team.
Okay.
Now, if we lose,
let me counter that. 10-6, right? What do you see out of this football team? Because listen, if you guys know the Bitterbirds and Adrian, I've been talking to him all day, and he's all about this 10-6, and I just can't look at what they've provided us through 7 weeks, and I can't say that 2 losses is the only amount they're going to get throughout the rest of the season. I just can't say that we're going to sweep our division. How? How can you look through 7 games and say we're going to sweep the division? I'm not ripping you apart or anything. I'm just saying as a whole, you're not the only person to mention the 10-6 and we'll be okay. That's why I'm getting upset. I just don't know why people see this or how they see 10-6.
No, I agree with you. I don't think we're going to go 10-6. I think we're going to go like 9-7, 8-8 at best. But the thing is, I think that the best thing possible is for us to go 10-6. That's the best situation out of right now.
Yeah, correct.
Now, if we lose any other game other than the Saints and the Rams game, we're screwed. It's most likely over. We're probably not going to make the playoffs, and we're probably going to be the biggest laughingstock of the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to say it, but you might want to get ready for that because I can't imagine us winning everything but 2 games. I can't say.
I'm definitely prepared. I've already been getting treated like this from school since I live in L.A.
Yeah,
everybody.
Oh yeah, with the Rams being as hot as they are. All right, man. Well, thanks for the call, dude. Yeah, it's just 10-6 is so unrealistic. I mean, I just don't know what people see to think that we can only lose 2 more games and think that we can sweep the division. People are really saying this. Yo, how are you?
Hi.
How are you feeling today?
I'm fine. But just so you know, just to start off, I'm going to tell you that I am a Giants fan.
Okay.
And that
Hold on,
I
real quick.
understand your pain.
Can you mute the stream real quick because I can hear it double.
Wait, hang on.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, there.
Okay, what's up?
Okay, well, I was just going to say that, like, I understand the Eagles, but if you think that you're a disappointing team right now, just look at us.
No, listen, I get it. There's worse teams out there, but when you're so emotionally tied to your specific team, let's be real. I can care less about the Giants. I can care less about the Browns. Like I know it's worse out there, but with the anticipation of the season and what it was supposed to be for this type of losses week after week, it's insane. And I get it. It's worse out there, but it's just it doesn't make it any easier for me.
Though I will say also that, I mean, other than the Patriots, I feel like just about every other Super Bowl team undergoes a big hangover. So,
yeah,
I'm not saying
No, listen, I get that, and you're right. It's not an easy task to do when you look at everyone else to kind of go through this type of season last year. You don't bounce back so great, but this is different, though. It's like we play so dominate. Like, we dominated 3 quarters, right? So for this 4th quarter to be to this extent, this is just an in-game mental lapse from our coaching staff down. This isn't just, hey, we don't have it this week. We were there for 3 quarters. So it's just, it doesn't scream Super Bowl hangover. This screams something on a whole nother level.
No, I understand, but also going back to my point before, like if you notice a few weeks ago when the Giants played the Panthers, how there were multiple times when Eli Manning threw an interception where we could have easily scored a touchdown, and plus we lost the game in the final seconds on a 63-yard field goal. So
yeah, no, listen, you guys had some heartbreakers, without a doubt. I honestly looked at the Giants, and I just think their roster is so talented. It blows my mind that they're always this bad over the last few years. It really doesn't make much sense, but I mean, it's head coaching problems, I feel like, for that squad.
But also, I understand your disappointment because, like, I thought the Giants, like, I didn't think the Giants were going to make the playoffs, so I thought they could at least win, 6 or 7 games. But I don't think that's going to happen at all.
Yeah, no, I feel you. It's tough, man. You get so much emotion tied into these squads, and they let you down so consistently. So, but thank you for the call, man. I appreciate it, and thanks for the support. But yeah, it's just you get so emotionally tied into these teams. And this is the kind of stuff sometimes you got to deal with, I guess. Hey, man, how's it going?
Hey, Brodes, you fixed your technical difficulties. Good job.
I did. Thank you.
I know you're all over it.
Yeah.
Hey, one last thing, because I called earlier. I don't want to keep regurgitating the same points, but Eagle fans need to ask themselves this. Since last year, what has Howie Roseman done to improve the team in this offseason? I mean, it's kind of weird to me. You know, he could have walked through a field of manure in white shoes and remained unscathed when he got out. But this year, he hasn't really done anything of relevance. I mean, from the Torrey Smith trade on, everything he's tried to do has failed.
Yeah, no, listen,
so again,
you're right. They have, and they thought the Mike Wallace thing would fix the Torrey Smith, and even if he was healthy, he wasn't even close to what Torrey Smith brought. And realistically, Torrey Smith was not that great. He just stretched the field. He wasn't anything crazy, and we thought Mike Wallace would be the issue. With the running backs, it's, okay, Jay Ajayi will be healthy and Darren Sproles will be healthy, but guess what? That didn't work either.
Right. I mean, again, I just think people have this illusion that Howie's going to wave his magic wand tomorrow or before the trading deadline, and poof, Le'Veon Bell's going to come here, and poof, Patrick Peterson's going to come here, and everything's going to be right in Eagle Land. And I'm sorry, guys, I think you got to see the forest for the trees here. This is a garbage football team right now. We have lost to garbage football teams. Even the games we've won, other than the Giants game, we were tooth and nail to win those. I mean, let's just, again, accept this year for what it is. Maybe we win the division, but isn't that the equivalent of if the Phillies had won the NL East? What does it really get you? Is it because we're a good team, or you're just in a crap division?
Yeah, no,
I mean, they're going to get poleaxed if they go to the playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm okay with winning the division and losing in the playoffs just because of, I guess, I don't know, to win the Super Bowl and to come back and not even make the playoffs would kill me, even though that's the route we're in right now. But I just, we shouldn't be a garbage team, and that's the thing. For 3 quarters, we weren't. So at one point in this fourth quarter, we became that garbage team that we were after they showed us 3 quarters of 2017 Eagles football. That's why this just isn't adding up. Something isn't making sense. And in regards to your Howie point, I do think he's going to do something. He's too much of I don't know. I don't know how big the move's going to be, but he has to be looking at this and saying, okay, what do we attack? There has to be some sort of move here.
well, the one thing that's obvious to me and all Eagle fans, but again, it won't change, is that Jalen Mills needs to take a seat on the bench. I mean, maybe you carry this kid as a third or fourth quarter against third and fourth string receivers on passing downs, but you can't put him out there week after week as a starter and put that garbage out there to your fan base and pretend the results are going to be different. I mean, that's just wrong to me. You know, and like I said, at this point, I'm all for just looking toward next year, saying goodbye to guys that you know are going to be retiring, guys that are going to be cap casualties, and just looking to gut this thing to the very core and start anew before Carson gets too old to where he can't, you know, win anything. I mean, he's in the prime of his athletic career now. Don't let it go to waste. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, listen, and I appreciate the call, man. I really do. You brought up some really great points. Yeah, he's not wrong. I don't want to throw away the season. I have been on the record saying I'm devastated to the point where I don't think we can do anything this season. Am I ready to just say it's all over and never watch? No, absolutely not. I'm going to sit here and grind it out because we do have a garbage division. But at the end of the day, do I think we have enough to make it all work? No, I don't. Yo, how's it going?
Hi, it's the Rancher again. You made a point that you said not too long ago, and I kind of don't agree with that because you said that it all starts from the top and it goes all the way down to the players. Well, I don't think that the players are even, they're doing what the coaches are telling them to do. Right. It's not the players. I mean, you could say in a way it is players because they're not executing it well enough, but you can't say that it's like, it's the coaching staff.
It starts there, but hear me out. Here's my counter. We're in Tennessee. It's 4th and 15. You draw up a play call where Corey Graham clearly knows who his guy is, and my man falls asleep out there. Tennessee gets a first down, and they win the football game, right? So Doug Peterson and them make the right call on the field, and they didn't execute it. But I'm just saying, it's honestly, it's a collective group of failure right now. It's collective for everyone, and that's why it's like this. Everyone's not doing their part. Literally everybody.
Yeah, well, I mean, again, I don't agree with that because the first 3 quarters we were playing like the Super Bowl team. So, I mean, the fourth quarter, it was just the play calling. It was Doug Peterson. It was Jim Schwartz. That's where it goes back to my point on it's not the player's fault. The only thing I would say though that is the player's fault is that double move that Ronald Darby bid on. Okay. That was his fault. I would not. That's an exception. Okay. But everything else,
listen, I respect it. I'm going to counter again just because this is what sports radio is, right? It's conversation of people.
Right.
But here, what was I going to go with? Oh, Carson Wentz. So we were in the red zone. We had an opportunity to win this football game. It's 3rd and 2. And it was a great play call because Wendell Smallwood's wide open on a check down to the left side, and Carson tries to force it to the end zone. So Carson's our guy. We love this guy. He's special. Everything he does, we are in love with. But he missed an opportunity there. That's a player making a mistake because in that play call that Doug had, we had a wide open Wendell Smallwood to the left side, even though it's the check down guy. He was wide open.
Yeah, and I think that there's 2 things I could say to that point. There's one thing that is on Carson. That was a rookie mistake, first of all.
Okay.
I would say that on that it was Carson's fault, but then again, I would also say that was Doug's fault too because of what he wanted Carson to do. You know, if he would have checked down and would have saw on the flat and left hand side, you would have seen Wendell Smallwood right there. Now that's something Carson Wentz would have saw. But that's what Doug Peterson called. That's why I'm saying, he was trying to force. For that play, he was trying to force feed it down his throat for that play. But I think it was both Carson Wentz's fault for not looking over into the flat, saying, "Oh hey, yeah, that's Wendell Smallwood. Wendell Smallwood over there. So yeah, he's he get a first down right there and possibly get a touchdown. That's also Doug Peterson's."
Yeah, no, that's what and that's to my point of it's a collective. Thank you for the call, by the way. It's a collective. This keeps falling. A collective group of our coaching staff to our players. It's both. It's everyone. And he was trying to counter the point that it's just the coaching staff, but it's both, right? I mean, it's a little bit on both sides on how bad it has been, quite frankly. So we got to take a hard look in the mirror and say, what are we going to do? Because there's many options. We can fold. So, I sit there and cry at night thinking about it. Yo, how are you?
Hey, is this the New Jersey Sports game video YouTube?
Yeah, man. What's going on?
Oh,
I lost you a little bit. Can you hear me? Give me a call back. Hold on.
I'm gonna tell you one thing. I think we need to get Le'Veon Bell ASAP. You know what I'm saying? Because let me tell you, all these Eagle fans. I think.
Are you an Eagles fan? Oh, we're losing them. I'm from South Jersey, by the way. That's what people in the chat. I'm kind of losing you in and out a little bit. If you get yourself a little bit better service, maybe give me a call back. I'll pick right back up. Yeah, you're right. It's very organizational. It's from top to bottom, man. It's in Mike Rowe. It seems like he's sleeping right under the rug there. Yo.
Hello, can you hear me better?
Yeah, absolutely. What's up?
I'm sorry, I had you while I was watching you. Sorry, that
Nah,
I guess
man.
that don't work.
That's cool.
I don't think it was Carson Wentz's fault. Let me tell you why I don't think it's Carson Wentz's fault. Everybody keeps on blaming it on him, and let me tell you something. I think Carson Wentz did everything he can. When you have Alshon Jeffrey and Zach Ertz as your two main wide receivers and have nobody else wide open, when you have Doug Peterson being scared because he knows he don't have any running game, Wendell Smallwood, Corey Clement is not cutting it. There's a problem. And when you have Jim Schwartz, who absolutely needs to get fired the way he's performing, not sending blitz at the right time, not blitzing, not all times, sitting back in the defensive end, and sitting back and letting the defensive end just sit there, absolutely do nothing, not making adjustments. I have a problem with that. Let me tell you something. We are 4-3, right?
3-4.
Okay? 3-4, excuse me. Okay. If the Eagles do not make a trade for LeVeon Bell tomorrow, we are going to get destroyed by the Jags, and plus we will have the Saints destroying us. There is no question about it. I don't believe Carson Wentz will be healthy all year. The way he's taking hits, the way he's just absolutely – everybody wants to blame it on Wentz. Wentz can do only so much.
Yeah, no,
and
listen,
you have
I'm
no
going to step in and counter real quick. I'm not really counter because I agree with you on most things. I think that –
Well, can I continue real quick?
Yeah, go ahead. Finish off, and then I'll attack.
I think a lot of people want to sit there and say when I get it, Wentz made some opportunities, but you understand something. Wendell Smallwood, no one believes in him because the fact that he is just absolutely when they need him in the moment, and Wentz just don't believe in him. I'm sure Wentz saw him and said, you know what, I don't want to take a chance. When you have people up your face and you don't have time in the pocket, you don't have time to look there. And the reason why he finds Jeffrey is because Jeffrey's big. But Jeffrey is the only way because he has to throw it quickly because his offensive line cannot block. So when Wentz tries to look for something, he has to throw it quickly because his offensive line is just absolutely 3-4 rushers coming at him at once, and he has to throw it quickly or he gives up a sack. You know what I'm saying? And I understand Wentz threw a pick, but when you have two weapons, which I think the Eagles need to get Devontae Parker and Le'Veon Bell. If they don't make any trades, I don't know what the season's going to look like, but there's going to be a lot of questions.
I mean, Howie's watching this, and he knows he needs more weapons. But at the end of the day, with this game, I want Le'Veon, I want these guys, I want to add to this team. But we were up 17-0 in the fourth quarter and lost. And I know 17 points for how dominating we were today offensively is a joke.
That is the disgraceful game, the way they let that Carolina Panthers, because let's be real, Cam Newton should have never won that game. This should have been a blowout.
Yeah, agreed.
This should have been at least a 42-0 game. There was no reason why Torrey Smith should have been left wide open. I mean, everybody wants to blame on Jalen Mills. Darby is garbage. I want him gone. Not near the end of the season. I want him.
Underperforming without a doubt.
I want him traded. I want him traded in the deadline, and I want Jim Schwartz gone. I think Jim Schwartz is a horrible defensive coordinator, and I speak to all Eagle fans. I don't like Jim Schwartz. I think he's very, very, very overrated in my opinion. I talked
about this before. In the beginning of the season, we were devastated knowing that this was realistically the last season we'd have with him because he'd be getting a head coaching job because he's that great of a coordinator. That's how much hype we had for this guy, and he is pissing himself away here in Philly.
And especially when you got the Rams getting the #1 seed. And another thing is the Rams. Look at them. They got a good defense, but they also got weapons. They got a good running back. Jared Goff, it has weapons. And don't worry, we're going to get destroyed by them, too, if we don't ever get anything going. Because don't believe me, the Rams are going to drop 56 points on us. You don't think the Rams are looking at us?
They're laughing. They're laughing at us, bro. They're laughing. We're so bad.
I have to go to school with Cowboy fans and Giant fans and Redskin fans and Panthers fans and Patriot fans. And then, oh, my God, I hate them. And not only that, I got to go with Green Bay Packers fans. All I got to say is we better get Le'Veon Bell and Devontae Parker. If we do not make a trade, I am not going to watch another football game ever in the Eagles right now because it's embarrassing.
No,
it's disgraceful.
I'm with you. Thank you so much for the call,
I appreciate it. As Eagle fans, I'll say one more thing. As Eagle fans, We expect better.
Yeah,
You know,
I
when
agree.
you win a Super Bowl, you keep on winning. When they see wins, I said in my video, I'm like, everybody wants to blame on wins. Defense do not give up 17 points, and plus they don't give up in overtime against the Tennessee Titans or lose to a backup quarterback in Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, no,
You know what I'm
listen,
saying?
I'm with you. And when you come out here
Or
win the
Kirk
Super Bowl and
Cousins.
say it's the new norm, you can't be running this
And
out on us.
And Kirk Cousins destroying us. I mean,
think
Carson
Kirk
Wentz can
Cousins
do
a little
so
overrated,
much.
but yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. Thank you so much for the call. I appreciate it. Listen, we're heated. I mean, I understand. I get it. I'm right there with you. I understand why there is so much. What's the word I'm going for here? I got distracted from a text. I forget where I was in my train of thought. But regardless, I understand. I'm right there. That's why I'm having this today. I hope everyone's enjoying this, by the way. I'm going to be doing this weekly where I open up the phone lines for the fans. Make sure you call in at 856-442-9805 as we get a call. Hey, how's it going?
Hey, is this Brodes?
Yeah, man. What's happening?
Hey, so like 2 quick points, right? So
Yeah.
all the Eagles fans that are saying Carson Wentz is the problem here, you guys need to like get your heads like re-screwed on straight because you guys are just ridiculous, right?
Yeah, listen, I couldn't ever imagine that being an actual complaint, Carson Wentz, but people are ridiculous.
I know, like he missed a few throws, sure, but like for the first 3 quarters, dude was amazing, making just amazing throws. So I don't get the Wentz hate at all.
It's one play. It's honest. It's a bad one though. Let's be real. You can't miss Wendell Smallwood. He's going to see that in film. I was thinking about this. Carson Wentz, the guy that he is, he's going to be sitting in film, if not already, and see how wide open Wendell Smallwood is, and he's going to be really upset with himself.
Oh yeah, no question. Yeah, I mean he's his own biggest critic for sure. Like like outside of that 3rd and 2, that was the only thing, honestly.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, yeah, he didn't have a bad game, and you got to think about when you don't run the ball. So 16 throwing plays to 1 rushing in the 4th quarter. When you don't run the ball, it collapses your run or your throwing game, and that definitely played into effect.
Oh yeah, no question. And I think that's just the more of a reason that we need to go out and get Bell because. As you can see, Doug had no confidence in Smallwood or Clement in the team at all.
Yeah, but that's an issue to me. You need to. And one thing that happened was, from my understanding, Smallwood and Clement went into Howie Roseman's office and said, you better not get anyone because we can get the job done. From my understanding, that's what happened. And I'm sorry, but I didn't think they had a bad game. I know on paper their numbers weren't great, but you can't tell me that when they ran it off, they weren't having some plays. And Smallwood had a huge run there right before a halftime, and it got pulled back because of a hold. But, I mean, we do need more on offense, especially how much we dominated and only put up 17 points. But the storyline of this one that I can't keep missing out on is we were up 17-0 in the 4th. I know people are upset and want Bell, and that's like their big thing, and I get it. There's no doubt in my mind I want him too. But we just blew a 17-0 lead. 17-0.
Yeah, I mean, there's no excuse. There's no excuse. And Bell wouldn't fix all our problems at all.
No,
but
I get it.
Certainly.
Oh, yeah, because at that point in time, you're right. When it is the 4th quarter and we're going 3 and out, we run the ball more. So it would help. It would help without a doubt, and I want him. But to say this is the new norm and for this to be it and to play so good, I mean, think about if we won this game in dominating fashion. We would have rolled.
Oh, yeah,
this was the stomp. This is the stomp we needed.
Yep.
Devastated,
this
man.
is supposed to be the game that we get the season on track.
Yeah, absolutely. With the Giants domination, with the Panthers domination, with the chance to beat down on a Jags team that is just not playing good football at all. I mean, oh, God damn it, man. I'm so frustrated.
Absolutely, dude. I feel you. One other thing real quick before I let you go. It might be a hot take, and I think the previous guy that called in said the same thing. But yeah, I'm on board with the whole getting rid of Schwartz. I've seen enough because don't forget he almost cost us our only Super Bowl. Let's not forget, okay? I've seen enough from Schwartz. I don't think you get rid of him during the season, but this offseason,
I don't think we're going to get rid of him either during the season. But yeah, I don't get it, and it's like we're being so stubborn to the point where people have been watching our film from last year to this year now, and they know what we're going to do. But the thing is, to counter my own point, how dominating were we in the first 3 quarters of that football game? So whatever he did the first 3 quarters was so goddamn good, and then it just, whatever we switched to that laid-back approach to try and just let them use their own clock, and then it didn't work, and then yeah, it goes on Schwartz, but whatever we did the first 3 quarters was beyond dominating, because you look at my notes here, I mean, 3 and out, forces 3 and out, Eagles D, forces 3 and out, I mean, we were doing so well. Michael Bennett getting to the quarterback, we don't blitz enough, I think we need to mix in a blitz here and there, no?
Oh, no question. No question at all. Like you saw in that third quarter, that front four wasn't getting any pressure at all, and Schwartz just sits there and he doesn't blitz. Like, I don't understand it. Like, the front four is not getting any pressure, but you don't make any adjustments. He's just – I don't get it, man.
He's the answer right now, man. But thank you so much for the call. I appreciate the love and support. It means the world.
Oh, no problem, man. Thanks for taking it.
Yep. All right, here we have it, man. Jim Schwartz and the defense is not happy right now. People are not happy with the defense and Jim Schwartz and Ronald Darby. Yeah, man, it's upsetting. Make sure you call in 856-442-9805. How's it going? Welcome to Sports Talk with Brodes.
What's up, Brodes?
Yeah, man, what's happening?
Yo, watching that game, man. Woo.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you.
You know, I'm not an Eagles fan, but darn, like, that was just crazy.
Yeah, no, I mean, crazy is an understatement on what we just had to experience as Eagles fans.
You know what I think it is?
What's
I
that?
just think y'all don't have the same desire that you guys had last year.
Yeah, no, we're not hunting anymore.
Exactly. That dog mentality just isn't there, and it looks like you guys don't know what to do being the favorites.
But was it not there the first 3 quarters? I mean, was that not vintage what we saw last year in the first 3 quarters? It was 1 quarter of bad football once we switched the entire game plan from Doug Peterson throwing the football a million times to Jim Schwartz trying to stay back and be not aggressive.
But if you look at it, you guys only put up 17 points.
Right. I agree with that. That's an issue. But we dominated time on attack. Here's a 17-play drive in the second half that was 9+ minutes for 97 yards. In the beginning, to start the game off, where Jake Elliott missed a field goal, 15 plays over 8 minutes drive. We sustained long-ass drives, and it's just crazy. We dominated the ball of attack, time of possession.
That 96-yard drive, that was like the drive of the Super Bowl to put the Patriots down. Like, that's what that reminded me of.
Yeah, and you know, we do. For as much as we played great ball offensively through the first 3 quarters, 17 points is not enough. But being up 17-0 in the fourth quarter is enough. It is enough. So there's problems on both sides, but to be up 17 points, regardless of how many we had, 17-point lead in the fourth quarter is unacceptable.
I think though, to be honest, the offensive play calling in the fourth to realize that they were getting momentum, I think the offense needs to be able to stop the bleeding.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I agree with you completely.
Once Carolina came and Cam got in that rhythm, you got to be able to just get first down after first down and just keep their offense off the field.
And that falls on Doug P, because we end up going 3 and out when it was 17-14 after a 2-point conversion for the Panthers. 3 and out with 2:28 left on the clock, and we didn't run the ball. Like, we're not running the football, and that's a problem. It's Doug Peterson not believing in Smallwood and Clement, and you know, and as much as their stats say that they had a bad game, I honestly didn't think that they were that poor tonight to not hand them the rock late. But it is what it is. But hey, man,
if you look at
go ahead.
If you look at the 4th and 10 play with Torrey Smith, there was no guy within 2 yards of him.
I could not believe that happened.
I was so shocked. I was like, you guys are like playing sticks 5 yards behind the sticks.
It's crazy.
It was less than
and this is my issue, right? Because it happened in Tennessee. It happened when we were 4th and 10, 4th and 15, 4th and 2, 4th and 5, whatever the hell it was. Every time in Tennessee, they ended up nailing it. Well, here we go. We have a chance to redeem ourselves after the defense played phenomenal throughout the first 3 quarters, and they pissed it all away. So, hey, man, thanks for the call. I appreciate it. And now I'm just trying to process it, right? And it's 9:20 now. The game happened at 1 o'clock. By the time I had my mental breakdown, it was, 4:30? 5 hours later? I can't even do math. Hey, man, welcome to Sports Talk with Brodes.
Hey, Brodes, what's up?
Yo.
I'm just feeling disgusted right now. Like, I've never experienced a day where my enthusiastic and happiness level went from a 10 all the way to, like, a -3 that quickly.
Yep,
like,
just like that, dude. Just like that.
And I know, I'm placing all the blame on the defense and Jim Schwartz and all of that. But with that being said, I mean, I hate to say this. Carson Wentz is my boy. I love Carson Wentz. Philadelphia and Eagles fans everywhere, we all know how much we love Wentz, and we know the talent level and what he can become. But elite quarterbacks find ways to win that game. They find ways to win with a suspect defense, and they put them on their back, and they win that game. I mean, we've seen Aaron Rodgers do that.
Oh, yeah. But there's no doubt Carson Wentz is his harshest critic. Like, he's going to see that play and know. And Carson Wentz is a phenomenal player, and it's tough to... Like, I keep coming back to this point over and over and over again. After someone brings a point up, I tell myself this. We were up 17-0 in the 4th quarter. I don't care what happened with Carson Wentz missing that 3rd and 2, which he clearly did. I don't care what else happened with Doug Peterson not running the football. We had a 17-0 lead, switched up our entire game plan defensively, and we lost the football game. And we had a 4th and 10 opportunity to get a stop, and we didn't do it. So everything else, yes, of course it factors in. But at the end of the day, that's unacceptable from Jim Schwartz in that defense.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. But, like, we know Carson Wentz is an elite QB down in our hearts. We know how good he is.
Yeah.
And we see guys like Drew Brees and even Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers. I'm not comparing him to those guys, but we know how good he can be. And we know that a minute left in the game.
Let's be real. He missed an opportunity, right? That's where we're getting to, for sure. And listen, what are we going to do, right? We're going to sit here. And there's nothing we can do. We love this guy. We know he's going to bounce back from this. There's a lot more to take away than a missed 3rd and 2 out of Carson. And the thing is,
I know it just breaks my heart to blame it on him. But I hate doing it. But
listen, you don't have to blame him. This game was not Carson Wentz. He missed a chance, though. It stings to sit there and say, you know what, Carson, you had an opportunity and you missed it. And we sit here but he's got the type of mindset where we look at Carson and what do we think he's doing right? If you had one guess on what Carson Wentz was doing right now, is it watching film? I think so. If you told me what Jim Schwartz is doing right now, he's probably cuddling up watching a movie with his wife, not even worried about what the hell happened. I mean, there's guys when you think about what their mentality is off the field, and, you know, I know Carson Wentz is going to get better and learn from that. And that's the big thing. Carson, we know, is going to learn from that. Is Jim Schwartz going to learn from this? Absolutely not, because it's been 7 weeks of the same
he's too stubborn, but... And that's just what we're going to have to deal with for the rest of the season. I think Peterson and Wentz are going to have to find a way to work around that and carry that defense on their back.
I mean, hey, Doug is to blame. Doug is to blame. 16 passes to 1 run in the 4th quarter is crap.
And that's why I think, why doesn't Wentz just, I don't know, recognize that and audible on the situation and be like, no, Doug, we need to run the ball. I'm going to call an audible right now and hand it off to Smallwood.
Yeah, I mean, listen, maybe, but he wants to be the guy. He wants to put the city on his back. He took the shot with Alshon that honestly could have been a touchdown if he didn't get interfered with.
It could, it was
But all right, man. Hey, listen, I appreciate the phone call. Don't be too harsh on Carson. There's a lot to be had over
of course
this
not. Of course not.
But all right, man. Thanks for the call. So there we go. A little bit of Carson action, huh? Listen, I get the Carson problem. He missed it, but he's going to learn from it. He's going to learn from that compared to anyone else, the phone line's open. 856-442-9805. Call in. Let me know your point. I'm getting a little bit upset the more we keep talking about it and talking about it and talking about it. It's crazy, man. But the phone line is open if you want to get in. I would love to hear your take on it. What's going on? Welcome to Sports Talk with Brodes.
Hi, it's me again.
Hey, man.
Hi, do you live in Glassboro?
I might.
Cause I live near you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I do. I actually go to Rowan. What's up?
No, I'm just... So, yeah, the Eagles were... I think the Eagles are turning into the Phillies.
Yeah, man.
A little bit.
It's not good. It's just not good. There's no other way to say it. This is a collapse that is so bad and so devastating. I don't know if it's possible to bounce back.
Regain.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's possible.
No. They can't repeat.
No, the repeating is so far out of the question. At this point, we're arguing if we can make the playoffs. That's where we're at right now. Can we make the playoffs? That's what it is. And listen, I would love to get there, of course. After winning a Super Bowl, the last thing I want to do is not make the playoffs. But it is what it is, man. Thank you so much for the call. At this point, we are looking for some sort of spark to get this team going. We have one game left until the bye week. We're sitting here at 3-4. How do we feel about a 4-4? 3-5? Phone line's open. Welcome to Sports Talk with Brodes.
Yo, Brodes, it's me. I just got a couple. I just got like two more things to say.
All right.
And then I'm. So, do you watch The Herd with Colin Cowherd?
I do. Sometimes. Honestly, I'm more of a Philly sports radio guy myself, but when I'd like to switch it up and go, not local sports, I like to listen to Cowherd. I think he brings an interesting approach to his show.
Yeah, see, I feel you. I would listen to Philly sports, but I live in L.A., and basically, other than the Dodgers, I'm all Philly teams.
Okay, I got you.
So, he keeps saying that, like, the Eagles are, like, running their mouths, and, like, this is why when teams run their mouth, they usually do pretty poorly.
Are you going to bring up the Lane Johnson interview?
No, because what the thing with Lane Johnson is he had a rough couple games, but honestly, I think he's bounced back a little, and I think he's played actually fairly well.
Yeah, that's fair, and he's got a high ankle sprain, keep in mind.
Yeah, but the Jalen Mills. Okay, so Jalen Mills, I love Jalen Mills. He's my boy.
Okay.
But here's the thing. He's been getting burned so much, it's ridiculous. And when he makes a play, he runs his mouth like he's the best in the league. Like, just shut up and sit down. You're getting toasted. And here's another thing. If he keeps running his mouth like that, not only does he make himself look like a fool, but he can cost the team with the refs throwing a flag and throwing an unsportsmanlike conduct where it could be like a third down and he could have made a huge play and then he screwed us.
Yeah, no, listen, you're right. And I don't... The way I feel on Jalen Mills is, he's a seventh round draft pick. He's an average, very average cornerback that we have all this high hope for because when there's pressure, he looks okay. But when there's no pressure, the guy gets toasted, and he does run his mouth. It's that game against the Vikings that this play will always stick in my head. My man gets toasted for a 68-yard play, and then in the end zone, when he is the most effective, he makes it 2 stops in a row, and he starts throwing the shoulders, and Fletcher Cox had to actually go up to him.
Exactly. Like, he has to understand that he doesn't look good when he does that, and the refs will throw the flag. They have done it before on other teams, and they are not afraid to do it on him.
Yeah, no, I agree absolutely, completely. So,
and I got 2 more things to say.
Yeah.
2 more things. So, Ronald Darby, he seriously needs to look at a lot of film because he keeps biting on those double moves.
Not only biting, but man, he's a terrible tackler. He is
literally
a brutal tackler. There was a play today where Cam Newton's the lead blocker on that misdirection toss plays, and he tries to go around behind Cam Newton. It wasn't even close.
Exactly. Like, he's using his he's not really using his hands. He's just, like, diving and not, like, putting his hands behind his back, hoping that he makes a play.
Dude, I'm with you, man. I'm so with you. It's all over the place. Everyone who calls in, it's coaching, and I agree. It's the defense, which I agree. It's the defensive coordinator, which I agree. Carson missed an opportunity, which I agree. We're not running the football. Listen, everyone's right. Everyone is correct. There are so many issues. So many issues. The line is open. If you have not called yet, feel free. We've been live for over an hour now. I get it. We've talked, and it's a lot of similarities here, but it's stressful. Well, welcome to Sports Talk with Brodes.
Hi, I'm Ryan again. Sorry about that. This Eagles team, man. Let me tell you something. This is an embarrassing loss.
Embarrassing
loss.
Embarrassing's an understatement. You know, I mean, it's so gut wrenching and not. Oh man,
like,
I'm lost for words. Honestly, I'm lost for words.
Like this is the definition of why that when people say we're one-hit wonders, I kind of don't want to believe it, but it might be.
Okay, can I counter? I want to counter because I keep this is just something that I look at over and over and over again when I reevaluate this game, and I see 3 quarters of football that we saw last year. So we have that, right? We played so good the first 3 quarters to the point where you were probably sitting there just like I was saying, damn, do we have our football squad back? You know?
Yeah, I actually thought in the fourth quarter we would come back and win it. Now I got a thing about pick with Eagle fans about Carson Wentz, and I got to say this quickly.
Okay.
Carson Wentz to me should never ever been in that situation at all. No 100% effort. He had no idea this would came on him. It is not Carson Wentz's fault. I don't care what people say, well, he missed the... Let me tell you something. Wendell Smallwood would have dropped it. He would have dropped the touchdown. I would think he would have dropped the touchdown.
It was a 3rd and 2 just to get the stick. So it was just to get the first down.
I mean, didn't he drop the other one in the Vikings game?
Yes, he did.
Dropped the football.
Yes, he did.
Why would Carson Wentz trust somebody who drops the football? You know what I'm saying? He might as well just throw it up and see who gets it. Now, I got a thing to say. The Eagles need, and I think there's rumors that the Eagles are interested right now in LeVeon Bell and Devontae Parker.
Yeah.
What do you see them coming in? Do you see the Eagles triggering 2 trade rumors? 2 trade picks?
I don't know what it's going to be, but I think Howie's looking at this and says there has to be a change. It is so clear there has to be some sort of change. And I mentioned this a little bit earlier, but from my understanding, Corey Clement and Wendell Smallwood went into Howie Roseman and said, you don't need another back. We will do everything that you need us to. And I
think Corey Clement needs to shut up, sit down, and be quiet, because I think he just absolutely needs to sit down and be quiet, because it's like, dude, you didn't even play good in the Panthers game, and it's like, dude, what are you even talking about? It's like, let Howie bring the running back. If you don't like it, pack your bags and go.
No, listen,
go somewhere else where you think you're irrelevant. Because, like I said, if we don't get a running back, I believe we will draft a running back in the top 1st.
Yeah, we have to do something. Howie is doing something. If we don't see a move out of Howie this year, it's going to be on another level of disappointment to that extent too. That would say to me, if Howie doesn't make a move, this is what it
reminds me a lot like.
Who's that?
You know, this season reminds me a lot like.
What's that?
1 point. 2016, when we had every close game and we blow it. It reminds me of Carson Wentz's rookie year. That's how much it reminds me of. We're good in the season, and then we just collapse.
Yeah.
And collapse. and collapsed.
Yeah.
Obviously, Ryan McLeod's huge loss really, 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 I guess, bothered us. You know, J.J. wasn't really a franchise. We have had no franchise running back. I know a lot of people like J.J. I didn't like J.J. I thought he was another Ryan Matthews.
Well, the thing with J.J. was the fact that we had the 3-back cycle. So when we had J.J., LeGarrette Blount, or Corey Clement, it was effective because you saw 3 different type of backs, which kind of held the defense accountable. So, but he was our lead back, yeah, of course. But yeah, if you just had J.J. without anyone else, he wouldn't be nearly as effective as he was last year.
I got 2 more things to say and then I'll get going.
Okay.
Number 1, I think Jim Schwartz needs to go, and I mean go. I mean, I don't want him after the season. I want him fired now.
I don't think that's going to happen, but I'm with you.
This guy, I don't care. I think we would be better without him. I think the defense just does not care about Jim Schwartz's feelings. I think they're just playing out hard. And one thing I'll say is you need to be on a radio station. I mean, 975 now for what? You ever look into that? But another thing would be they have to listen to you, man. You are entertaining. Keep up the good work. I have to say this one thing. I think after this year, you need to draft another running back. If you get Le'Veon Bell, I want you to draft a running back and then draft get a corner. You know what I'm saying? Because I think Jalen Mills, I think Darby is going to be traded during the deadline. I have a feeling Darby is going to be gone tomorrow.
He might be. Honestly, one guy that I think we might try and use as trade bait is Brandon Graham, because we're not going to re-sign him, so why not get him out of here and get a trade for him? That's rumors.
I think Darby and Brandon Graham might be gone. I think Corey Clement could be dealt with too.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But hey, man, thank you so much for the calls.
Could you see Michael Bennett going?
Honestly, he's been probably our best damn lineman. I don't know. He's been catching my eye more than anyone else. I really don't know.
Yeah, that he played good, but it's a terrible loss, man.
It is, man.
It's a terrible loss. We got to do something.
We will. We'll find a way. There we go. Checking in, man. Not happy with our defensive coordinator. Not happy with the D coordinator. Not happy with Howie Roseman. Not happy with our running back. No one's happy with anything right now. And guess what? That's okay. Because they're not giving it to us. Welcome to Sports Talk with Brodes.
Hey, I just want to talk about a couple things. I'm not the biggest of Eagles fans, but I've listened to your podcast, or listened to what you say a lot.
Sweet, man.
Thanks. And one of the things that I want to really talk about is that I think Eagle fans should not panic right now.
Okay.
And that's because I feel like they've got a good enough team and good enough talent. I feel like their offensive line is really good, and I think that what's hurting the Eagles a lot is that J.J. is hurt, and I think that's why Peterson is really throwing the ball more. Like you said, in that fourth quarter, he threw 16-1.
Yep.
And I think that just hurts the team, like you said. But if you give it to Smallwood, how much is Smallwood really going to impact that team?
Yeah, it's just the fact of running the ball opens up everything. And did Smallwood have that bad of a game today to the point where you couldn't trust him with a couple run plays in the fourth quarter? I don't think so. I think that was Doug just losing it, trying to make big plays happen. It's on paper. Yeah, we're great. We are great on paper, and there's no denying that. But it's just this is consistent now. This defense playing like this. I know the first 3 quarters were great, but what we saw in the fourth quarter, we've seen now through 6 other games. There is some sort of internal issue going on.
That was my other point. I'm a huge Lions fan, and Jim Schwartz was our head coach for a couple years.
Yep.
And it seems Schwartz plays a great first 3 quarters, and then he gives up in the last quarter. It's like you'll watch him play great defense. The Lions had a great defense when they had Sue, and they had a really good run defense. But once it got to the fourth quarter, it would seem like they would kind of slow down, and they would kind of, just go through the motions in the fourth quarter, where it was the most, most important time. So I feel like Schwartz shouldn't have a job as good as defensive coordinator. I think a couple guys are better than him out there, but it doesn't. I feel like he gives up once it hits the fourth quarter.
Yeah, well, he played soft. I mean, we played great all game, and then the fourth quarter, we're comfortable. Let's not let them go over the top. We'll let them pass it in front of us. Let's go make the tackles. Where they just took advantage of that big time. On top of that, I just don't get how you never bring the blitz. Even if you did it once in a blue moon, just bring the blitz. You know how much that would throw everyone off? If you don't live and die by it, that's fine. But goddamn, throw it in there once in a blue moon, right?
Yeah, I just feel like that defense has so much talent. That line, the linebackers, the corners, even the secondary in itself. I feel like I think we're being a little hard on Jalen Mills, but I just think he's got talent. They just need to fire him up more and really get him going. And like you said, maybe bring him off the corner for a blitz. Maybe get some pressure on Cam. Make him run out. Make him make the plays.
Something. We got to do something, man. But thanks for the call. Thanks for the support. That's awesome. I appreciate all the love. Gotten so much love today. But yeah, man, line's open. Jim Schwartz. People are going Jim Schwartz. People are going a little Doug Peterson. We see it all over the place. Oh, I'm going to be doing it every week. More than that. Welcome to Sports Talk with Brodes.
How's it going, my man?
Yeah, what's happening?
So, about the Eagles, man, I feel like this year, the offensive line, it feels like it's not blocking for our running back.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, we've been crushing them all season long so far, and the one thing that they actually have been good at statistically was the run block compared to the pass block when Carson was getting toasted, but was that the issue today once again? The issue to me keeps falling back to that 17-0 lead in the fourth quarter.
I hear you.
Yeah, we're also running a Wendell Smallwood, which I've been on the record saying I didn't think he had a bad game, but, we don't have someone back there who's super explosive and catching all these holes at the same time either.
Yeah. Was it last week Jay Ajayi got injured or what? I forgot.
Yeah, it was before the Giants game, I think, actually. I think we didn't get him for the Giants game either.
Yeah, I thought, after that Giants game, this Carolina game, we were just going to bring it, but, I don't even know what happened in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, we brought it for 3 quarters. That's for damn sure. It's that mental breakdown that just crushed it.
Yeah.
It's so disappointing. I don't know if we have enough to bounce back. That's the concern for me. Do you now? Here's my question to you: If we're 3-5, if we lose the next game in Jacksonville, 3-5 at the bye week, what are you thinking?
It's tough. It's tough.
Yeah, it's crushing. 3-4 is crushing alone, and Washington wins tonight. Now they're 4-2. We're 3-4 with the Dallas Cowboys. You know how much we've made fun of the Dallas Cowboys since the season started?
Yes.
Yeah, guess what? We're in the same position as them. So what does that say about us?
I don't know.
Yeah, man, it's devastating. Thank you so much for the call. Now I do plan on doing this multiple times a week. I'm going to come out with a schedule, so every week you know which specific days I will be live taking calls because I love this. Phone lines are open, 856-442-9805. Welcome to Sports Talk with Brodes.
Hi. Everyone's talking about Jim Schwartz, and it is Jim. I do think it's Jim Schwartz's fault, but most of it because he doesn't like the blitz, because that's him being stubborn. You also got to look at specific players, and what I mean by specific players, I mean Jason Peters.
Okay.
And not only is he getting old, he's drawing penalties, ridiculous penalties.
He had about
that should not.
Yeah, he had about 2 or 3 today.
It's been since the beginning of the season. He's been getting these ridiculous holding. All this the dumbest calls I've ever seen of offensive.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's father time. He's getting old, and not only is he getting old, but he's coming off an injury that he's not used to coming off of. So, I mean, listen, he's had a Pro Bowl Hall of Fame career that you got to sit back and realize it might be time's running out on him.
Yeah, and I think that they need to start. I mean, they probably start trying to work out against Mailata more. But I think start seeing what Mailata can do.
Yeah, I mean, listen, my point on that is if he was ready, I mean, not that saying he would step in over Jason Peters, but I just think maybe they see something that just says he's not ready yet.
No, I'm not saying for him to completely, just like for a game or a couple of, just to see what he can do, because
a couple snaps.
It's about time for you to hang him up.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I would like to see. I would be more comfortable with Vaitai. I hate to say that, but this guy's never played football in his life, and they just throw him in the second hardest position in football. It's crazy. But hey, man, thanks for the call. I appreciate it. Yeah, our left tackle situation right now is a little out there, right? Let's be real. Jason Peters had struggled so far this season, and he struggled tonight once again at a couple penalties there. Oof. Just a crazy day here. We're an hour and a half in. It just gets more upsetting as we go because I keep replaying everything in my head, and it's disturbing. It's disturbing. And I just don't know if there's time to bounce back. This could be that bad. That bad. That I don't know what to think. I think it's to the point where we can't bounce back from this. I hate to do it. Welcome to Sports Talk with Brodes. All right, nice quick hang up on me. Yeah, I mean, listen, it's to the point where this could be so heart-crushing and so brutal in that locker room. This just changes everything. It changes the way the boys think about it. They might be questioning the way Doug Peterson called this game. They might be questioning Jim Schwartz. And there's questions that have to be answered, man. There's questions that have to be answered. And I love this team to death, but I'm being a realist. That is unacceptable, not okay. Can't happen. Doesn't happen to legitimate teams. You look at the Patriots year after year after year after year. And of course they struggle in September. But guess what? Right about now, they find their rhythm. Look at the Patriots. Look at the Eagles. Look at the Patriots and look at the Eagles. It is two completely different concepts. So, all right, fellas, I had a blast tonight. I did. I literally had a blast taking phone calls. We are easily 100% going to be doing this again. I promise you. I will keep everyone updated. I'm going to make a schedule so we can do this, a couple times a week. I thought this was awesome. It went smooth. Pumped about it. Thank you so much for all the phone calls, the love and support. I will see you next time. Hopefully the Birds pick it up because it's